Hello everybody and welcome back to your computer science tutorial. This is section 6 video 3 and today we're going to be talking about loops. In particular the for in loop and the do while loop. Now the for in loop we're just going to step right in. And I like the picture because you got to be in the list to get into the party. So we're going to step right in and you see I already have the variable, the numbers already made, and what it's going to end up being is going to be a integer array, and we'll give it 6 elements, and we're going to make a standard JavaScript array. We'll just call it array, and we'll also make it have integers, and we're going to define them right inside of the window right here. Okay, so now let's say we wanted to get the return on everything inside of this array without doing using the length. Why? I don't know, because it can allow for other things also. So what we're going to do is we're going to say for x of type integer in the numbers, or the number array, we want to return with debug log those values. So if we were to run this now, make sure it's attached to a object, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, which are the numbers we put in. Maybe? Let me see. No. A minute. Define these. And then if we were to run it, I think that was from my last play. Yeah, that was my last. I didn't actually click start for some reason. It didn't pick up. And if we were to change the size to like 100, that's gonna be. It'll do it really fast, and it'll do 595 times. So that's that. But this also allows for some other type of returns. Let's reduce that array size to like 6 again. I like 6. Let's say we could also change this. So instead of saying we want to look for integers, let's look for the transforms in this game object, or this transform, and lowercase 2. And then let's return those transforms. Can we do something like this because it's inside of an object? And the answer would be, yes, you can. And in fact, it does an interesting thing with this, because it returns the children of this object, which is a neat way if you want to do a interface system between, like, say you have a grid, you could check for game objects in the grid based off of whether or not they're a child of some other object, something like that, which can be very, very useful. Moving on. So what else can we do? There's also another type of loop, and this one is an interesting loop. This is called the do, and it's the do while loop. It's an extension of the while loop, which I haven't really shown you, but it's very self-explanatory. While we need some expression that can change. Let's make a temporary variable right here, variable temp, and we'll make it an integer, and we'll have it equal to 5, and we'll say while temporary is not equal to 5, that's going to give us an error. Don't do that. While it's less than 5, we want to do something. And in fact, these should not be curly braces. These should be normal braces. And inside our do part, we're gonna do temp plus plus. Now, as you can see, this condition is never true. So this will never ever be true no matter what you do. but it will run once because we have this do part here. So you're saying, I want to do this, and then I'm going to check for my condition. It's sort of like if we were to do something like where instead of doing this, where it would add one first, you can do this, and this is technically legal. You'll see if I stop running the game. Reference script is clear that. But you see, I don't have any errors. I can do it like this, and this will just add a value to this object. It wouldn't do much in this case, but sometimes in checking statements, you can do this. But you'll see if we were to run this now, it will not display anything. Why? Because we never did a debug statement. And we're going to debug temp. And if we do it now, you see I only get it once. And even though the temporary value was greater than 5, it still ran this loop. Now, let's say I reduced it, and reduced it, say, to 1. Let me just save that, and then run it. It'll do it till it gets to 5, because it's checking the condition each time. And that's the magic of the do while. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the do while loop really useful for? Well, in some algorithms, you actually need to start a process up, which is what you can put in your do statement, and then you want to continue that process. So those are mainly useful for if you're doing maze building systems. Those are fun. You might use a do while loop to start up your cell creation or something. And that's it for this tutorial, though. So see you guys next time.